I read that you trained to be a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if a lot of your fans
No, I don't think they know
that.
I don't think so. He was like, "Oh, you want to be a Navy SEAL? It's like swim across the lake." And I was like, "Okay, I can do this." Hey.
Hey, I am with Jake Paul, the one and only. I'm excited that you're here though, because we just saw you at iHeart Awards. That was the first time I finally I've heard about you for so long, and I'm like, Jake Paul, I gotta get him over here. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna see you in the studio in a few days.
I'm glad I got to see you there as well, you know? Young Hollywood, we out here.
We out here. But you, firstly, I mean, social phenomenon. How did you know this was what I wanted to do?
Well, me and my brother kind of did it when we started out making videos, just recording whatever we were doing when we were 10 years old and he was 12 years old. And so we naturally just got good at recording stuff, and my dad was always like super funny, so his like sense of humor kind of got passed down to us. After we got a camera, we just started recording it, and then 6 months later we found out about YouTube, and we saw the channel called Smosh. And
I love those guys.
Yeah, they were awesome.
I am sitting on the couch with Ian and Anthony, aka Smosh, and I'm so graced by your presence to be
Graced
in the
by
studio.
our presence.
2 years later, we found ourselves doing the same thing on Vine, but it was cool now. And so it was kind of just like a fun thing that turned into like, one day we made a viral video. We both gained like 5,000 followers, and we just made Vines since that day, and it just kept on snowballing, getting bigger and bigger.
To me, like, what's amazing is like you go on Vine, it's 6 seconds. Like how?
Yeah.
It's like, how do you come up with like the crazy things that you guys do?
Well, a lot of it's like stuff that happens in my real life that's like funny or accidentally happens that like I'm like, oh, that could be a Vine. But like you said, there's a lot that goes into it.
And then you've collaborated with like pretty much every other Viner, every other social star. What's been like your favorite Vine? Can you say that there's like a favorite one that you've done? Or a favorite collaboration with someone that you've done?
My favorite collaboration, it wasn't with a Viner, it was with 50 Cent. It was on the Yeah, no.
Just with 50 Cent, you know.
I got invited to the Spy movie premiere with like Jason Statham and Melissa McCarthy, and I went there, and 50 Cent like was randomly in the movie, so he was randomly at the premiere. And I like had this idea that I wanted to make with 50 Cent, because like I really like his story, and like I've always looked up to him, and so I always thought about it, and he happened to be there, so like I ran and got 2 quarters and I smashed them together, and then 50 Cent popped up.
Watch this, Baba Ganoush! Oh, it worked!
Is there something that you haven't done yet, like either a Vine or something just on social that like a 50 Cent example, like is there something else that you just like really want to do that you haven't done yet?
I've done like a lot of cool videos with a lot of cool people, but I mean there's so much more room for like collaboration with like even bigger celebrities or funny actors. I feel like getting actors into my videos would be like super awesome and a cool experience as well. Whether it's like, you know, like Charlie Sheen, I feel like would be like super funny, or like someone like that.
That would be incredible. And then I heard, is it true that your nickname is One Take Jake?
Yeah, that is my nickname.
I saw that and I was like, we gotta get the story behind that.
Dave Dinetz, who actually wrote the movie that me and my brother wrote along with Dave Dinetz and Dylan Trussell, but he gave me that nickname because we were doing like 3 scenes in a row where we were like shooting and we didn't technically have the location, and so we only had like 1 take to do it, and I nailed it like each time, like 3 times in a row. So he just was like, one take,
One
Jake.
take. You just nailed it.
Yeah, so he gave me that nickname, and it kind of stuck. And then like even someone on the Disney show we were shooting like 3 weeks ago, and he didn't know that was my nickname, and he said it. So it's like, it's meant to be.
I'm so fascinated personally by just everything about you right now, but one thing that like really fascinated me was that I read that you trained to be a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if a lot of your fans
No, I don't think
know
they know
that.
I don't think so. So in high school,
You were a wrestler, right?
Yeah, I was a wrestler, super competitive. Like, I played every sport like throughout my high school years, but at the end, like I just wrestled. But I was kind of like the class clown, and school wasn't really my thing. But I liked cars and trucks, and I was an outdoorsman and camping, and I was kind of like I always want to be the best in the top 1% of anything I do. So like if I am going to make a Vine video, I want to be the top 1% of Viners. If I go to be an actor, I want to be the top 1% in acting. And so I like did that with sports. And then one day I saw something about like the Navy SEALs and how they were like the elite like special forces for the whole like military. And so I fell in love with it, and I started reading books on it, and it just became like so much more intriguing to me as I learned about it. And so I started to take the steps to like prepare for it. I was like jogging, swimming, doing insane amounts of push-ups and pull-ups. And my dad was kind of like helping me because he was in the Army for a stint. And so like he was like, oh, you want to be a Navy SEALs, like swim across the lake. And I was like, okay, I can do this. If like he's right.
In one take,
In
right?
one take. So next morning, woke up, literally jumped in like one side of the lake, swam for an hour and 45 minutes in the water. I was freezing. It was hard, but then 2 hours later, I made it across, and I was like, felt so accomplished. And then from there on out, I was like, if I can do that, I could do anything. I could do the SEAL training course and buds and that whole thing.
And then just lastly, so Logan, your brother, he's also a huge Vine star, social media star.
Yeah.
How do you guys battle each other a lot? Like, how do you figure out kind of like who's going to be in what video? And do you guys collaborate at all, or is it sort of like you guys are competitive?
We're competitive, but we do like help each other with everything, and we collaborate on a ton of videos. And like I said, we wrote the movie.
You're going to be in a
Airplane.
movie together, right?
Yeah, we wrote Airplane Mode together, and we have a hashtag on like social media that we use. It's called hashtag Rise of the Pauls. So like we're just trying to like take over Hollywood. We definitely work together to help each other, but it is like a friendly competition. One of us will do something great, and then he'll be like, all right, well now I need to do something, and then I'll do something. And so it's healthy, and it really has worked for us, and we just continue to push each other.
On that note, Logan is coming to our studio.
Alright.
So we have to do a battle, like we have to do a battle between the two of you somehow.
Of course.
So
that's only natural.
it's only natural, right?
Yeah.
So
Let's do
we
it.
are gonna do a Musically. And we're gonna shoot it right now.
Let's do it. Are
you ready?
Logan, if you're watching this, you better start training for your Musically.